Hello kings of math. So today we are going to start our third part of solving the quadratic equations. The third method we can use tends to be hard for students, but it's a little bit simpler. It's called the completing squares. So we are going to solve these two equations when solving using the completing squares method. So we are going to solve the first part. We have here x squared plus 7x plus 6 is equals to 0. All these equations, and then we have another one which is telling us to solve, and hence find the solution. So we shall start with the number 1. I'll show you how they do it. Solution. It is 2x squared plus 7x plus 6 is equals to 0. So the first thing is to make sure that the coefficient of x squared, which is the value of a, is a 1. The coefficient of x squared is a 1. So how can we make this coefficient of x squared a 1? We can only do that by dividing throughout by 2, which we are going to do in the second step. When we divide here by 2, we divide here by 2, and we divide here by 2. So what do we remain with? Remain with x squared, not so, plus 7 over 2x plus 6 over 2 is equals to 0. Next step is to move this to this side, so that it is x squared plus 7 over 2x is equals to negative. 6 divided by 2 is 3, so it becomes a negative 3. Since it's a positive, when it crosses, it becomes a negative. Then the second step, you can come and do it as a side work here. You get a half of b, which is 7 over 2 divided by, you get a half of it, not so, times 1 over 2, or you just divide by 2. So when you multiply this, so multiply the b times 1 over 2, or you get simply saying b over 2, which is the same as b times 1 over 2, because this is the same as b times 1 over 2, giving you this. So what do we get here? We get this times this, giving you 7 over 4. So this value that we get the squared of it, and we do what? And we add it on both sides. Remember, we've said we get the squared of it, we add it on this equal side and also this equal sign side. So what I'm meaning is this: after getting, you come and add it. It is 7 over 4, but add it when it's squared. And also here come negative 3 plus 7 over 4 squared. Are we there? You get this 7 over 4, the answer that we got, and you add it on both sides when it is a squared. So this and this, what remain with is x plus 7 over 4 squared. This, the whole of this, you can try expanding it in your free time and see if you get the same answers. And for this, remain with negative 3 plus 7 squared is 49 over, when this squared enters, it squares this and squares this, over 4 squared, which is 16. So what remain with here is x plus 7 over 4 is equals to, so when we are to add this, which is negative 3 plus 49 over 16, what do we get? We get 1 over 6. Are we there? So at this particular point of time, we have to remove this squared so that we remain with the x plus 7 over 4. So how are we going to remove the squared? By getting the square root on both sides. So when you get the square root here and also get the square root here, so the moment you get the square root, you have to get a plus or minus. Don't forget that it also applies to solving also other equations, linear equations. So remain with x plus 7 over 4 is equals to, square root of 1 is 1, square root of 6 is, square root of 16, square root of 16 is a 4, but it is a plus or a minus. So at this point, we consider either, you consider the first one when x plus 7 over 4 is equals to a positive 1 over 4. Take this one, this side, remain with x equals to 1 over 4 minus 7 over 4. How do we solve this? Same denominator, remain with 1 minus 7. 1 minus 7 gives us negative 6 over 4. Furthermore, if we simplify it by 2, 3 by 2, 2, leaving us with negative 3 over 2. Or x plus 7 over 4 equals to negative 1 over 4. Now we consider the negative, leaving us with x equals to negative 1 over 4. When it crosses the equal signs, it becomes minus 7 over 4. So what do we remain with here? It's the same denominator, which is 4. Just work out the powers up, which is negative 1 minus 7. Negative 1 minus 7, leaving us with negative 8 over 4. By 4, 1 by 4, 2, leaving us with negative 2. So our answers of x are negative 3 over 2. Either x is negative 3 over 2 or x is negative 2. So you can try solving this second number, this part 2 here. I'll solve for you the third one, which is a little bit difficult. They've said solve and simplify. They've told us solve and simplify 3x squared minus 4x plus 5. This time it's not equating to a 0, so we are going to use completing squares and we do the same thing. So this time it's not equating to 0, but remember, for us to do completing squares, what we said, we have to make sure that this coefficient here of a is a positive. So how can we make this a positive? Very simple. Factorize out 3. When you remember our equation is 3x squared minus 4x plus 5. When factorize out 3 from here, on the x remain with x squared. On the 4 remain with 4. Just divide this by this 3. And also get this 5, divide it by this 3. So that when we multiply, this time is this, gives us this. This time is this. The 3 goes with this, leaving you with 4 and this. So you just divide throughout by 3. As if you have done something, yet you have done nothing. That is the good thing of mathematics, the beauty of mathematics. So at this particular point of time, we get this 4 over 3. Multiply it by 1 over 2. The side work that we had said before. Just multiply it by 1 over 2. It will leave you with, by 2 here, 1 by 2, 2. It leaves you with 2 over 3. So this 2 over 3, remember in the other past equation, we were adding it on one equal sign and subtracting it on one equal sign. But this time, since there is no equal sign, which is equating to 0, so the other value that we were adding on the other side, you come and also bring it back this side. Are we there? So remember here, when we were working out this, we added plus this negative 7 over 3 plus 7 over 4 plus 7 over 4 squared. But now there is no equal sign. That means bring back this value, and this value, it means it will be working out already when it's this side. Now this value here that we're adding, we have to bring it back this side, and it is a subtraction, and it becomes a subtraction. Are we there? So we are working out what is in the brackets, which is x squared, not so, minus 4 over 3x. Remember, we said we add a half of this, which is plus 2 over 3 squared plus 5 over 3. Now this one, remember when it adds the other side, now if you bring it this side, it will be a minus 2 over 3. A minus 2 over 3 squared, just like that, and close the brackets, leaving us with 3 into. So when you work out, you group and work out this alone, and group and work out this alone. So the first one will be x. So if this is a minus, this should be a minus, but here we can see this was a plus, so this is a plus. But if this is a minus, that means this will be a minus 2 over 3 squared. Come and work out this. This is plus 5 over 2, not so, minus this squared is 4 over 3 squared, which is, this is over 3 squared, which is 9. Are we there? So this will leave us with 3 into x minus 2 over 3 squared. So when we work out this one, 5 over 3 minus 4 over 9, we are getting an answer of positive 11 over 9. Are we there? So that is how we solve it literally. This is when we have reached our point, our last point. So now what are they asking for next? What are they asking for next? Next we can see they are saying hence solve. So the hence bit of it is telling us now hence solve this equation. So they said hence 3x squared minus 4x plus 5 equals to 0. When they say hence, they want you to base on what you have here and find the final answer. So how are we going to work out this? It's very simple. Just get what you have here, 3 into x minus 2 over 3 squared plus 11 over 9, not so, equals to 0. When you divide throughout by 3, you remain with x minus 2 over 3 squared plus 11 over 9 is equal to 0. Are we there? So hope we are moving on in the same direction, the same path. It's a bit simpler. It's a simple method. So when we reach here, take this one, let it cross the equal signs. When this one crosses, remain with x minus 2 over 3 squared equals to negative 11 over 9. So we are getting the square root. So this will give us an imaginary answer. An imaginary answer. But the imaginary answer is a positive or a negative. Normally such questions don't appear. So you get a more definite question and you will be able to work it out. Thank you very much.